throw in to Carlton. Steele's trying to get onto it right away here. So, had we not gone live yet? If you're in the comments and listening, please just tell me if we actually are. Ball goes in, claimed by Mike Emery. I believe we just had some connection problems right at the beginning today. So, again, if you're in the comments, please do tell us if you can actually hear us, well, hear me and the rest of the people here at Brackenmore today, and also tell us if you actually heard the team, because if you haven't, we will read that out for you again. So, Emery is just sending this one long, and it's going to be, Murray heads it away, but it's going to be gone on to by Howes, who tries to push forward. Well in by Murray, though. Murray's going to send it long, blocked off, but it's actually a handball being given there against Lewis Durrow. I didn't think it was one there myself, but, well, never so. Back here for Langton to take his free kick about 5 yards inside the Stocksbridge half. Believe everything should be working fine now. Ball going long, going to be headed away, only back to Turner, who heads it back to McCaskill's trying to take the touch, trying to get past White, but White gets in. Actually, McCaskill was offside there, so it's going to go back for a free kick here to Carlton. So, back here for Emery to take this free kick here after the offside here, and yeah, you can see Jack Tinker patiently waiting. I'm hoping you can hear me. Now, tell me when you actually were able to start hearing me, if you can't, because unfortunately we do seem to have some technical issues. So it's good when he's just chipped one forward. Faber's tries to head it beyond the defender. Faber tries to get the second touch onto it. Well covered by Freeman, who's cleared it away. Back to Baker. Touch forward goes to Goodwin. Goodwin's going to try and find a Faber on the overlapping run. Faber is going to get to the byline. He's going to try and pass it, get it back here. Worms out of trouble back to Baker, but Baker's first touch is poor with his left, and it goes out for a throw-in. So we are 3 minutes gone in this game so far, and it is still 0-0, but Stocksbridge starting off the better in this tie. Back with Durrow for this throw-in. He's going to throw it down the line. Goodwin trying to head it away, but it's Carlton who gets the head away, and then it's headed back by Stocksbridge. Pulled not alive to that header forward, and that allowed Carlton really to deal with what could have been a tricky ball fairly easily. They've cleared it away properly now, but not very far, and that's allowed Langton to get onto it. Good touch by Langton, but just goes back to Carlton there. Thanks, Jack, we can hear you. We'll read it through. Great ball there to McCaskill, and left just actually a bit ahead of him there. I think the wind may have took that. It's a very, very windy day here at Stocksbridge, as it typically is. This is a bit windier than it normally is, though, for those who are very aware of our unusual weather conditions. Of course, we will just let you know, keep you up to date with all the scorelines across local fixtures and in the Northern Premier League East. A few games have been called off already, including noticing Shildon versus Brighouse, which was called off quite late, as Baker here is going to push forward. Baker taking the touch, going to try and clip over, looking for Turner. So just a bit ahead of Turner there. Good idea from Baker, just couldn't get just needed a bit to the left. Baker's pass there forward there, but Turner just missed this touch onto it, and it goes out for a goal kick. Stocksbridge starting off this game really well, playing a lot better than we did back down the Bill Stokehill Stadium, but then again we came away with a 3-1 win on that day. So it's back with Emery now, and he's taking his time with it, as Carlton will want to stop the amassing that's been happening, the momentum that's currently with Stocksbridge after the start of this game. Ball going long from Emery, it's a poor one, got cut short, but Carlton are able to knock it on, but Baker's just knocked that sideways. He's gone back to Jordan Lemon, who's coming well. Back in left back currently, Jordan Lemon today, as he's been in the last couple of games, with Jack Tinker currently away skiing. As he cuts it in the middle, Poole tried to get onto that touch, but it's being got away, and it's with Howes now. He's going to send it long, looking for Wells on the right wing, but it's just again ahead of him, and it's going to go out for a throw-in. May I notice that Keegan Townrow not on the bench today. He has agreed a dual registration deal with Ross Tomei. Forgot the team completely there. Ball goes in and headed away there from Freeman, but goes back to Goodwin, who just knocked it long. It's just going to go out in the Carlton half for a throw-in to the away side. has been a goal in the Northern Premier League East to tell you about. Matthew Cotton has given Lincoln United the lead from the spot against Sheffield FC. So it's back with Jordan, and immediately after that throw, it's just going up for another throw, but for Stocksbridge this time. Been thrown along here, but can be immediately headed away by Holmes. Well, feels Goodwin to try and head it back, but it's going to bounce in the midfield for Carlton, knock it forward. It was Niall Hilton who tried to get a touch onto that, but not enough to carry the ball with him, and it's going to go out for a throw in here. See Dylan Yumby, who returns to the bench today, heading into, well, the bench after a very positive game. Got praise from the local journalist Alan Biggs for his performance, who believes he'll be going some places. I think quite a few of us will agree with that. Him here as Carlton just pushed forward. Hilton, though, is robbed of the ball by Lemon, and Lemon cleared. Goes back here to Duro, and Duro's forced back thanks to a defensive run from Afebu. With that, he gets the pass forward though now, and now it is with Howes, but well in from Baker. It goes out for throw to Carlton, and Carlton are trying to move quickly to get it, but some good gamesmanship from Baker there, where he knocked the ball away just slightly enough away to slow things down, and now it will be a planned long throw from Lewis Duro. I can hear it. There's a dog here who's definitely trying to jeer Duro at the moment. Thrown in, headed away by Baker. Goodwin's going to try and get the second header, but he doesn't. Goes back to Duro now. Duro, he's trying to get past Goodwin. Shoves over Goodwin there. Doesn't get the foul though, but it's crosses Paul. Murray gets it, and then Langton clears it, but only to the edge of the box through to Tomlin. Baden sideways, currently with Carlton, but Turner's able to get and carry it away, and Carlton just not taking the shot there, trying to send it long Liverpool, but it's headed away, and it's back now with Carlton. Carlton growing back into this game now, as it's with Holmes, who takes the ball forward, chipping on over the centre, looking there for Tomlin, who's got it, past it here to Howes on the left. Just a bit away from him, but Howes is going to try and take it past Baker. Baker gets a touch onto it. Goodwin goes in well. Goodwin clears it out to Afebu, who's looking to hold it, though the ball just bounces up on him, but he's taken it past his man well before he's been robbed there of Howes, who's doing some great work down the left-hand side here. And Howes gets the ball back after some good little 1-2s, but the touch there from Tomlin was poor, and Turner gets it off, and that clearance not the best from Turner, though. It's going to go out for a throw to Carlton, and Carlton are going to keep some of this early pressure on the Steels at the moment. So, the goal that's going to affect our league position is that Hebburn Town have taken the lead against Stockton through Amma Puwal. Well, we'll tell you about that in a second, as Carlton, well, as I thought they had ended up throwing further on, it's actually been given Stockbridge's way. Because I know it actually doesn't affect our league position at all at the moment, but it does give Stockbridge a chance, if they win this game, to reduce the deficit onto second place to just 2 points. How fantastic would that be? Throwing down the line here, Poole tries to get the touch, but it's been robbed of him by Sargent, who knocks it down long. Wells gets it, but eventually he's tackled by Stocksbridge. But again, they've put the poor clearance, gives it right to Howes. Thankfully, his pass was poor. Baker gets it, but his touch not great, and he's been robbed of it there by Lewis Duro, working hard, and Duro's got a good opportunity for a cross here. Duro tries to put the cross, but he sends it right into the side netting. They cannot take advantage on that mistake from Bailey Baker there, and it is going to remain 0-0 at that moment. Another local to tell you about: Sheffield United have taken the lead against Stoke City. Ilman Nadai has scored that goal. What a fantastic season he's been having for United, and I'll be a bit shocked if he said there. Anyway, it's just on your right hand side as Turner just robs the ball well and tries to knock it over, and it's just going to be fouled in that right hand side there, but eventually Turner comes out with it, tries to knock it past him before going through, and it's a sliding challenge from Daniel Brown which stops it going any further. Now I'm back. He's giving it right away, but then again Carlton just booted out for a throw-in, so it's just going to be the identical thing just again. So just another throw-in down line. Poole tries to head it on. Afebu takes the touch just on the left wing. Afebu at the moment. McCaskill's there with him as an option. He gives it to McCaskill. McCaskill's got 2 men round him, and he's just trying to wheel his way around that. And I think that he's actually just managed to tack it away from the defender, but then A third one came in and has earned a foul off McCaskill as well. And that was me willing Cal Sargent there who earned the foul. So it's just a free kick there, down in that right backy sort of area for Carlton. We're currently 11 minutes into this game. It is 0-0 here between Stocksbridge Hill and Carlton Town. No real chances to speak of as of yet. Sent long here. Okay. Been controlled by Wells, who's trying to pass it back, but it's Turner who tackles well, and he's going to send one for McCaskill to chase down the left wing. But I think his full back there, White, just gets the better of him and actually forces him away enough for Brown to do it. But McCaskill's kind of wrestled a bit there, but even so, and Turner just went in with a good sliding challenge, which knocks it out for a throw in to Carlton. I think Ian Richards, suggesting on the bench, may have been an elbow there. I didn't see that myself, but thought Ian saying on there. So it's just back here to be taken by John White. Is just going over to take this throw in. Very slow, not the most exciting game at the moment for anyone who has decided to come up here with Sheffield Wednesday being away and a few of the other local games being off. Hallam FC's game against Emley was called off today due to the waterlogged pitch. The Stocksbridge show has held up well under the rainfall we've been having all week. As it goes to Howes here, Howes is going to look to get it onto the right wing here for Hilton. But instead it's been tackled back to Townsend, who's just going to clip it long. And it's going to Turner, who manages to get the ball back to Lemon. Lemon gets it to Poole here on the left wing. Turner on the overlap here is going to burst forward. He's just been holding it back. Turner hasn't got the beat and the pace on him, so he tries to pass it back, but the pass was just poorly controlled there. But McCaskill, and now it's back with Carlton. Currently with Howes, who tries to beat Beaton and Baker, but Baker gets his tackle. It's out for a throw-in now on the left-hand side. This dog's been more vocal than some of our fans here today. Back here for Duro too. To take this throw in. Big long throw from Duro, but I think it's actually going to get right down there. It's run really well, and it was Hilton who tried to get onto that, but his touch was a bit too heavy, and it's gone out for a throw in there. No, a goal kick. A goal in one of the local fixtures. Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead against Wycombe Wanderers. Will Volks has scored that. They're trying to continue that great form that we saw against the Newcastle United last Saturday. And it's out back with Townsend to hit this goal kick. It's not the most interesting commentary in the world, I'm going to admit today. The game's not been the most interesting one in these opening moments. Stockbridge just going to throw in here, just about 10 yards in their own half. This is not a thriller at the moment. Maybe it will heat up into something later. Needs something to heat up. It's quite chilly with this wind at the moment. It's just a Carlton throwing about 10 yards down now. 10 yards into the Carlton half, that is. So anyone doing anything interesting this weekend? Because this isn't the most interesting in the first 15 minutes. We're just entering the 15-minute now. Duro sent it down. Goodwin wins the header through to Poole. Poole heads it sideways, and Turner, if he can get onto that, he will have some space. He does, but it's a great sliding challenge there from Sargent, which stops him from being able to do it. Get advanced. Turner has managed to get the ball back, but he's been forced backwards. Pass it back to Oglesby here, who takes a touch. He's going to send it long, but it's not really aimed at anyone there, and it's just going to go back to Mike Emery there. So back here with the goalkeeper, who is just take his time now. He's even going to just pick it up here in this fairly slow fixture so far. Sent long here by Emery, and it's going to be Oglesby who wins the header back there, but it's just going to go back there for Freeman to head it back. Bit of head tennis. Turner can't get his full head on, but Oglesby can. It is just head tennis here, but it's been controlled down by Tomlin, who's sent one for Wells to try and chase, but to Ed, and Townsend's just come out of his box to clear that one away. McCaskill's going to try and keep it in, but he can't. It's a throw-in, just inside the Steel's half here on the right wing. So, and they've just left it for Actually, not into they've taken a few yards down there. Yeah, throw-in's going down the line, but Stocksbridge have covered that all the way. Murray's going to clear it out, but only right back into that area. Freeman's the one who heads it back in before Turner heads it down for McCaskill. Shane McCaskill's going to do a crossing ball for Ifya Faber to try and chase, but that's going to be too far for him to try and get, and it goes back into Emery's box for him to go collect it. Emery was willing to come after his box to go head that away, as we saw Parkin do a bit poorly at Malby, though we couldn't take advantage of that. That penalty's loss as it's sent long here by Emery. Baker heads it back to Goodwin, who is going to just take the short pass to a Faber. Faber back to goal. Goodwin's going to take it off him to try and go forward, and he's tackled out of play by Duro, so it's going to be thrown to Steels. Just trying to find. Hopefully, we'll see something that will raise the pulse in the next few moments from Stocksbridge. And Ireland is immediately headed out. A play there by the Sergeant, so it's going to be a throw in here. Stocksbridge a few yards down. Baker here looking for the run of Goodwin, who's burst onto the right wing, but Goodwin's such not aggressive. He thought he'd kept it in, he hasn't. It's a throw in to Carlton right near their own corner flag. Decent little idea, just didn't work. That's probably going to be seems to be the motto of this game so far. Oh, we seem to be back after that little stoppage there. So it's out, just a goal kick for Carlton at the moment, Emery. So we are 18 minutes into this game, still 0-0 here, nothing real trades pulse, as we have another goal to tally about in the Northern Premier League East, and Hebburn are leading 2-0 against Stockton now. Joe Walton has scored the latest goal for them. You can see Luke Rawson now just heading to the bench here. He's not been able to start yet since his return from injury. Right. He scored a penalty though in the shootout against on Wednesday. A very good penalty actually. Very, very, would have been impossible I think for Parkin to save that one. Guess the right way as well actually, Parkin. Turner just wins that header, goes out, but it's going to go for a Carlton throw in. McCaskill thought it was one of ours, he was about to take it. And now it's going to go back to John White to take this throw. And he's throwing it down the line, and it's going to be won there by Lang, who gets it forward to McCaskill. Comes off McCaskill last. It's going to be a Carlton throw, despite appeals from the Stocksbridge plays out. It's one of ours. Goes down line again to Wells, who tests it well, tackled by Lemon, who knocks it away, and it's going to be fought for by McCaskill, who loses that fight. So he wins it at the second attempt again, but then loses it on the third one. And it's just being pressured down. Stocksbridge pressure just may have worked there. McCaskill's going to run at the defence here. He's going to try and burst the box. He gets the ball into the box, but it was just too heavy touch. But he's rolled the ball back there, and he just goes out for a goal kick there. It was Daniel Brown who's going with him all the way. Got the first tackle, but McCaskill tackled him right back. Just unfortunately, that took it out of play for the goal kick there. Some of the most excitement we've seen from some of the stuff from this game so far. Another goal to tell about in the North Premier League. Concert are leading against Pontefract Collieries through Kieran Aplin. So that would be quite a helpful result for us in terms of our trying to stay inside the playoffs, because Pontefract are a part of that chasing, but it brings Concert also into that chasing pack, which is the not so good side of it. As it's one that just a long ball they tried to chase there to Carlton, but Oglesby's got it and he's cleared it down the line, and say down the line, it's going to go all the way back to Emery here. So it's just with the Carlton goalkeeper at the moment. Charlton Athletic have taken the lead into Barnsley, coming off that 3-0 loss to Man United in the week. And the new manager to boot, who's doing quite well since his appointment last month, I believe it was. If Faber is going to turn his man here, and this could be something here, Faber. Great sliding challenge stops him from Daniel Brown. Brown is shielding that defence incredibly well. Goodwin takes the throw in quickly. Pretty sure that was a foul throw in, but immediately gets cleared out for a throw in almost identical position. Anyway. Hey, look, it's Luca DeFalco just coming out in front of us, the local boy who's come to watch here. We'll have to wonder what's happening with dual registration with Solanest after the sacking of their manager, and Liam Kay now being in charge there. So maybe we'll boost the listeners, because there's not many people listening to us right now. I'm going to say that's the game more than anything we're doing, because it's not an exciting game so far. Baker's got the throw in though, and he's going to try and get this one down line, looking for Goodwin to head it on. It's a bit, it goes up everyone. Appeals for a free kick of Stocksbridge, not given. I think Poole should have been concentrating the game rather than appealing, because United got onto that. It's still with Stocksbridge, but Turner's pass is really poor there, and Holmes has read that as easy as it would have been a pass to himself. And it's well avoided by Hilton by a challenge. He's going to send one long, looking for Wells. Wells gets the first touch, but it carries it away from him. Lemon's robbed him, and Lemon's just gone under the push, and no fouls being... Well, I'm surprised at that one, because Lemon went down. He was hugging the ball as if it was foul. Nothing was given for a while, but then eventually did give it. I think John Lemon just bought that free kick, essentially. Some more goals to tell you about in the Northern Premier League East. Pontefract Collieries have actually quickly equalised against Consett. Spencer Clark has scored that one. Long Eton have taken the lead against Cleethorpes. That's Jamie Walker's goal there. And Lincoln United have gone 2-0 upon Sheffield. It's Jake Park. Lincoln will be Stocksbridge's next opponents on Tuesday night. Langton here going to clip it forward, but Mr. McCaskill, but McCaskill's offside anyway. Even though he didn't get a touch, he was seen as interfering there. Maybe a lesson for that referee from the Manchester United game from earlier on. That's going to be point of controversy to see talked about in match of the day tonight. So beforehand, I don't know how that one was counted in the end, but hey-ho, modern day referees. So it's just bad for Emery, who's just going to taking his time here. So just some shouting from the Carlton managers as before about the linesman checking something. I'm just trying to see. I think it's just they're allowing actually Brad Wells, who had gone off the pitch, to come back on. And now Emery will be able to take this free kick. I'm trying to think of ways to liven this up for you guys listening at home today. There's not many things I can think of at the moment, though. Going long, Wells heads it on to Hilton, who's got his back to goal. Back to Wells now, and some trying to pass it. They've chipped the ball down long. Ogres was going to look to try and win this header. He does, and he heads it out for a throw-in here, and it's actually come off Hilton last, so it's going to be a throw-in to Stocksbridge. Back with Lemon to take this throw-in. Down line goes. Just seen that Danny South has got a yellow card. I think he's got more yellow cards than Pontefract at this point while he's been playing for Ossett. Lemon's going to send another throw from further down the line, so another chance to try and get it into the Carlton half and hopefully create something. Another throw down there. Hilton heads it only backwards out for another throw. Now this one's in a more attacking position, just in front of the JBM metal recycling advertising hoarding here. Goes in, it's passed back here to Langton, who just spins out to a challenge. The pressure there gets it back to Lemon here, who paws on the ball, trying to get the ball into the box there, but easily dealt with by Sargent. Back to Baker, who gets it to Langton, who sort of just drifted into left back there. His clip forward is deflected. Turner heads it on though for Baker. Baker's going to carry it forward. He's looking for, got Faber on the run there. He's going to try and slip through a Faber, which is just a bit away from him. It's a sliding challenger from the Carlton defender, and it's going to be a corner kick for the Steels, and maybe we will see something from this. What's that? Someone's ringing something as well. It sounds like there's a belly or something, but this is a good opportunity in a very, very dull game for Stocksbridge to take the lead. Elliot Murray did score against Carlton in the last match between the two. It's a very low corner, tried to be flicked on, he came off Langton, but now he's cleared. Back to Turner here, gets it back to Poole. Poole will be looking for the quick cross, but it's good charge down, is blocked out. Poole's fighting for it still, and it bounces across here to Oglesby, returns and takes a shot. It's blocked, appeals for a handball. Questionable one there. And McCaskill's just won the balls. The Stock tried to clear it, but again he comes in and it bounced off McCaskill out for a goal kick as the second challenge comes in. And that was a bit of a half-hearted appeal for handball. I think if it may have come off the arm, but I think it was close enough to the defender's body for it not to really be one. Hello to Dan Thorpe, who says, "Come on, Carlton. We completely disagree with you, but we thank you for listening today." As we have another goal to tell you about, and this one will affect our playoff race because it's a team trying to chase down the playoff pack at the moment. Dunstan, who have taken a 1-0 lead against Ossett United. Carl Finnegan scoring there. And Lincoln United have taken a 3-goal lead against Sheffield FC. Leo Priestley has scored there. Shifty FC scores I've seen have said it's Lincoln just been completely clinical in their chances because it's been quite even. Doesn't look like it on the scoreline though. Baker's just won that, gets it through to Efebu, but well stepped up by Duro to tackle. Goodwin stops that advancing further, but they still have the ball, Carlton, and they've knocked it long there for Tomlin to chase, and it's an awkward bounce as Murray tries to fight with him, and Murray wins that fight, and he actually knocks it off Tomlin there to get a throw in for Stocksbridge. Some good defensive work there, while Luis Duro is actually just down there and may need some treatment. He's clutching his hip. He's actually groin area there, yeah, while the physio comes on. So we're just going to have a brief stoppage before this throw-in here. While we have a stoppage, just want to tell you about some of our breaking news that came out yesterday, that Stocksbridge Park Steels have now become official charity partners with the Stocksbridge Food Bank. You'll have seen over the last 2 summers, so Christmases I mean, that we have some very successful food bank drives for the local food bank. It's been fantastic to obviously raise this amount of, not just food, obviously the amount of food we got in, but the money as well, which the food bank then uses to buy the food that we need. They need. With this official charity partnership, we will be able to do more for the food bank, which will be able to help people not just in Stocksbridge but across the wider North Sheffield and even some probably parts of South Barnsley as well. Ball gone in, just come off hands, going to be a throw-in on the halfway line. Goodwin's moving quickly to take it, but inside edge rather than being a quick one, he's going to leave it for Baker to take. See the Carlton managers there demanding it's taken, and that's Botty's being very keen eye there as he throws it back to Murray here. Bit out of Murray's stretch, had to stray for it, but Murray's going to take the pass in, almost cut out there by Wells, and it almost made it to Lemon, but it's been White who stepped up to get him. White's going to try and turn this into attack here, but he's been forced backwards now as Lemon carries him over in the halfway line. He does get it back to Holmes, and then Stockbridge give away the foul through Goodwin here. So, just a fact, Carlton. So we're currently in the 28th minute. Absolutely nothing of note has happened in this game. It's been probably the dullest game I have seen so far this year for the first, almost 30 minutes. There has been no chances, not much to raise the pulse, and I can see why. I think at the moment I just looked, 4 people are listening. It's probably 4 more than it deserves at the moment. Does need a bit of an injection of incitement, this game. It's just, can any of the Stocksbridge or Carlton players provide it? Long ball from Carlton in there to Tomlin. It's not reached the box, so the second ball almost did, but Baker's blocked it and cleared it out. Faber's trying to turn and see if he can make it in, but he basically blocked off by 2 players before Freeman managed to head it away and cleared out. But only back to Murray. He's going to send it long. It's just going to go back to Emery here, and it's just nothing here is happening. At this point, I might just start reading an article from like the Star or something. So, Emery's rolled it out to his feet. He's going to send it long. Murray is going to try and win this. He's actually left it for Goodwin to try and win, but it's got bounced off to Wells, who passes it back, and there's going to be a ball trying to get through, looking for House. Townsend's come to chase it. Townsend does get to it first, takes the touch, and he clears it long. Great work from Ben Townsend. It's going to go back to Emery, but he'll be happy about that, because otherwise I think Alex Howes would have been in there. And back with Emery, who takes his sweet time with some of these balls that go up. So I'm noticing that these beanie hats have been going very well here at Stockbridge. Seemingly every single Stockbridge fan is in one of the beanie hats. It's the sort of cold weather that needs them, as Murray heads it way over. Back to Alex Howes, who passes it centrally, but Goodwin gets into it. Goodwin's going to get it, and I think he clips Duro a bit. No foul given, and he gets through to a fade. He's trying to turn, and there is a nibble at him. Linesman's giving it, and it's going to be a free kick to Stocksbridge, close to the byline, about big distance out from the goal, though, so it's going to be a bit of an effort to see it go into the box. So he's going to pull. Actually, the referee, I was going to say, Poole, I think, was trying to game it about 5 yards down, but the referee and also the Carlton defender very much aware of that. So Poole will want to try and get this one in to see if we can cause something to happen in this game. And he has a few targets to aim at, such as Ross Goodwin and Elliot Murray. going to not even get it to the box there. It's headed away. Carlton could be into a more dangerous position here, but well stopped before a favour. And it's going to be Stocksbridge's second corner of the game. Hopefully we'll see a better one from this one. The last one came off Langton, who I think came off his chest before being cleared. The temperature keeps dropping here at Stockbridge today. It is a tough, very nippy day. Poole sending a corner in. It's a very powerful one, but headed away by Carlton, not properly away though. Emery with a good punch though. And it's going to go for a throw into Stocksbridge over on that left-hand side. Here with, I think it's Langton who's come over to take that, but Lemon's actually come over. He's now going to take the throw in here. Throw goes in looking for Poole, who's looking to turn, take the shot. He's trying to worm his way past the defender. He can't. Turner no blocks the run away, and Turner's here looking for his cross in. He tries to take a clever little pass, but Bradley Wells was back there to defend it, and he's going to knock it away, but he's only giving it back to Oglesby here on about 30 yards out. Passing it out to Turner. Turner's touch on great, and Carlton able to clear it. Back to Murray here. Murray passes it back to Townsend. Townsend going to take touch with Houghton closing down, and I think that's it's a poor ball, but Howes has managed to get it after go five. Gets it to Wells here, who is going to try and get it down this left wing. Goodwin comes in, rolls it back to Howes here. Howes gets through to Hilton. Hilton trying to get it in. Baker's giving a foul away, and this is going to be Carlton's best opportunity of the game there. Stocksbridge fans not happy with that, but it was definitely a free kick. And some of the travelling Carlton fans here have been provoked into some song now after getting this free kick on the left-hand side of the box. It's one of those where you can really get it into that zone of uncertainty. That goalkeeper sake, Ben Townsend was telling you he hated that when we had a similar sort of free kick in that Maltby game during the week. But Stockbridge really looking to try, and I can see, trying to see if there's anyone unmarked. It's only Alex Howes on the edge of the box who's not really been picked up. Turner is a man on his own in the defence. Ball going in, he's looking to try and get in the top corner. Hits the bar, that one on from Kyle Tomlin. It's gone out to the right wing for Howes here, who's trying to get away, but McCaskill gets tackling. It's going to be Carlton's throw in there, but that one was just seemed to float in the air for a while before hitting the bar. I was thinking, oh, well, that's going to just drop into the top corner there for a second. Would have been a bit of magic from Tomlin had it done that. But instead, it's going to just be on the right-hand side. Throwing going in, it's going to be headed on. It's still in the box here, passed down to the box by Carlton, and Stockbridge are able to sort of defend it. Still with Carlton, and no free kick given for that one as it goes to White on the right wing. Going in, it's going to bounce in the box before Carlton get it on the edge of the area. Tomlin can't get through Murray, though. It's going to be out for another throw in. Carlton's best spell of the game so far. Lewis Durrow here. There's a goal to tell you about. We could be on for a shot result. Worksop Town's run is in jeopardy. Bridlington Town are beating them thanks to a goal from Andrew Norfolk. Throwing going in here, headed away. It's only going to go to Jared Holmes here, who tried to get it back in, but he sliced that ball. Well, Goodwin and gets a proper head away. Still with Carlton though it is a bit deeper away as they get it back to their own halfway line. McCaskill misses the press there, but the ball forward gets intercepted by Baker, but only back to Hilton, who's then knocked out for a throw-in. Back for Baker here, who will have a throw-in. Sheffield United are 2-0 up against Stoke City. Jayden Bogle has scored that one, and Answorth are 1-0 down against Goole. Throw-in just goes back to Hilton, but Goodwin's there going to try and tackle that for him. It's going to be Stockbridge's throw as well, so it must come off Hilton last. Back now here for Baker, as he's going to try and get it down, looking for Poole, but headed away quite simply there. But back with Turner, whose touch can't get a good touch onto it. Hilton's able to clear it out, and it's gone through here to Wells, who's not got much support yet, but the reinforcements are coming as Wells tries to get down the left wing while trying to give enough time for his reinforcements to come. They have arrived now with Hilton and Tomlin in the box. Passes it back there to Durrow, puts a cross in. It's a very heavy cross, and the header is going to be very easily claimed by Townsend. He's going to now send that one long, but it's going to just be just goes right back to Carlton there, and this is Still not a very interesting game of football as Duro just about keeps it and he sends it long one for House to chase, and now it's just slipped in through the full back and the centre back, but Murray's come back and block, and Carlton have the first corner of the game. So we're here on the 36th minute here, and Carlton have their first corner. So it's just going to take some time. So the ball's gone way behind our little, like, cricket end of the pitch, as I like to know it as, because it's where the circle of the cricket would go when we used to have cricket on this side of the stadium. So cricket still played over there at the Stocksbridge Cricket Club, who will be, I presume, will be back in action this summer when the weather is not like this. And this is, here comes the ball in, and it's a free header from Dean Freeman that goes wide. Stocksbridge will be very thankful that he could not keep it on target, because he got a free run and a free head onto that, but in the end he sent it well wide. It's a waste opportunity for Carlton, but Stocksbridge are able to survive despite that. Townsend just taking his time having to go fetch that ball from it, heading almost through the gap in the fence to the juniors pitch. So back here for Townsend. Who will send it long now. He's looking for Goodwin, but it's just going to be free-headed away by Carlton for trying to get it long again. Headed back by Carlton, and Carlton are able to carry the ball away, and I think McCaskill's there pushed the man over, so it's going to be a free kick to the away side. So it's Freeman there who, no, I think it was actually Holmes that was injured, and he's actually going to need some physio treatment there. I mean, I'm just having a look to see if there's any interest in my Twitter account here, because there's not much else really that's interesting. Carlton do have the free kick here in front of our McGilvery sign. They're sending it long here. He's actually just caught short before Hilton was able to knock it on, and but Turner's just come away with that and earned the foul there, even though I did think actually the Carlton man got his feet on the ball before he got any sort of man. Hilton there stopping a quick release of the free kick from Langton. Here comes Langton's free kick long. He's trying to get it cross-field, but going to be headed away simply by Duro. Hilton's got plenty of space in the centre, and he's looking for the pass long for Wells, but Murray's read it really well, takes a touch, clears it out, and that one's going to smash off the stand of the stadium. Carlton are looking better in this side as we approach the end of the half here. Anyone who's listening, if you want to just say anything in the comments, I might just have if you want to ask any questions or about anything really, about life in general, please just send it, because it's more interesting than this at the moment. Duro's just sending a throw down, Murray heads it away, Turner then clears it up. Going to be headed right back there by Freeman, and that's just going to go out to play for a Stocksbridge throw-in. No one can seem to keep it in the pitch at the moment. As Baker now throws it down the line, but that's just been cleared right away by Carlton. Then Murray heads it back, Turner checks it down, he's trying to look for McCaskill, and this may be it here, as McCaskill's going to get it on the left wing. It's a great run from McCaskill. He just needs to try and cut past him. John White here, but John White's done really well with McCaskill today, and he's tackled it back with him. But Lemon now tried to pass it back to Lewis McCaskill, but he's just a pass out to play, basically, aimed more at the A&P decorating sign than it was at McCaskill, it seems, throwing to Carlton in their defence. And it just seems like anytime we have that little potential of excitement, it just goes away very simply. John White's doing a great job on that right-hand side so far. In the Premier League, Everton are 1-0 up on Southampton through Amadou Onana. I don't even normally do Premier League scores, it's just something to say. Ball's just been blocked back by Stockbridge for a goal kick. It is 41 minutes gone in this game so far. It is 0-0. And I literally have nothing to say, apart from Carlton did hit the bar from a free kick. Back here for Emery to take this It's just taking some time. So Emery's kind of sliced it a bit, which may give Stocksbridge an opportunity, and Goodwin does head it forward. If a favour, going to try and get onto it, but it's been covered really well there by Duro, and it's going out for a throw in. You know, if you were like one of these people that really loves defensive hard work and solid defensive back lines and defensive midfielders really helping out, you may find something out of this. Because that's the only thing that probably is going to get some praise here, as Murray heads that one away. Turner tried to get onto it, but it's been hooked on, and Wells might just get the beating of Murray here. Murray's wrestling with Wells. Wells trying to use his body to beat him. Murray's backed off, and he's got it to Howes here. Howes now trying to get down the left wing. Baker's giving another foul away on that left-hand side, and it's another opportunity for Carlton to get a ball in. And after how good Carl Tomlin's free kick was last time, this is definitely one to be worried about. As the rain is just started here, the drizzle, and the game did survive the rainfalls. I had a little walk on the pitch earlier, seemed fine to me, but obviously it may be our mercy today if the game continues as dully as it is. Any opportunity here for Tomlin. Though it is going to be more of a crossing one. He's looking to try and get it in, but right at Townsend, who did drop it initially, but he's now in his arms. And Townsend going to try and kick it quickly. I think he's trying to get some excitement himself. He sent it along for McCaskill to chase, who has got ahead of White here. Just kind of keep it in McCaskill. He does, and I think he's just trying to knock it off White to earn the corner, but White's able to carry it away, and he's actually gone out for a goal kick there, so he did not keep it in. Fair play for Townsend for trying to generate some excitement with that ball through. But it is now back with Emery here. Goodness, a shot result in the Northern Premier League. Farsley beating Mask 4-0. How the hell is that happening? Okay, back here with Emery to take this goal kick. Just taking his time for it, and here it comes. Looking long with Sketcher cut a bit short, and Goodwin heads it, comes off the back of Carlton Manning. Actually bounces favourably Howes, and this could go very favourably for Carlton as now Duro starts changing down the left. He's looking for the run there of Tomlin. He's found Tomlin, tries to knock it past Baker, gets past Baker, taking the shot, but well saved by Townsend, and Carlton are the team that's starting to actually do a bit of excitement. Initially he was looking to roll it to Baker there, but he feints that, and now Townsend's going to send it long, but that is just going to a spot full of pink shirts, and it's a free header away for them, but Turner's going to try and get the next one. Head down left to Lemon, he gets it to McCaskill, and just needs to turn and have a run, but he's been quickly closed out, and his passing was robbed, and now Carlton knock it forward, but it's just going to go out for a throw-in here. So 44 minutes, we're almost at the 45th now. And it's still 0-0 here, with just Carlton having a fair couple of opportunities to change it, but nothing really major. Well, they did hit the mark, I suppose. But other than that, my match report's going to be about 60 words. Throwing down, Turner just pushed his man in, and that's a free kick to Carlton on the halfway line. If the official gives anything more than 10 seconds at a time, I will be shocked. And anyway, the ball from John White is going to go long, trying to keep it down on the right wing though. Lemon's going to head it away unchallenged, and McCaskill looks to keep it in. He does get a touch onto it, but it's still going to go out of play here. Going to go down here, knocked away, and Goodwin tried to get onto it, but Carlton going to keep it in this right wing area. Bit of a tussle ball, and Carlton had almost come away with it, but then eventually Turner gets it, and Turner's tripped as he tries to get away, so it's going to be a free kick here on the left hand side. So Townsend's going to be left over to take it, so I won't be shocked if the half-time whistle. That World Cup run may continue after all. They have equalised against Bridling Town. Hamza Ben Sharif has scored. 1-1 there now. And that is the half-time whistle there. It's 0-0 here. The closest we've come is Carl Tomlin hitting the bar from a free kick. Other than that, it has been one of the dullest games I've seen all year. We will see you in the second half. I hope it gets a bit more interesting. Hello and welcome back to Brackenmore. I thank you for coming back. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator for today's match here in the Northern Premier League East between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Carlton Town. It is 0-0. It has been one of the dullest games of the season, if not the dullest. And I'm just hoping that something happens to generate some excitement, more than Tucker Poole doing a few keepy-uppies on the centre circle, as he was just doing before the game gets going again. I may need some of you guys to help me out in the comments if it continues like it did in the first half, because God, that was just a boring game. So hopefully something more interesting. Thomas Poole is just standing over the ball as we get ready to start this second half here. Yes, so there's some things to tell you about some of the other games before when we get going, but here we go. Stocksbridge Park Steels have kicked the second half off in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, and Carlton Town, and they're kicking right from left. Carlton Town are in the pink shirts, white shorts and pink socks, kicking from left to right. So yes, the thing to tell you about is that Ossett United, who are hosting Dunstan today, they have had a man sent off, Derry Robson there, as Carlton now just clearing away out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge trying to get immediately on the attack here as they look to actually generate some excitement. No changes here for the teams at the moment, so the Stocksbridge team is as follows. So Ben Townsend in goal, then it's Bailey Baker, Jordan Lemon, Mitch Langton, Charlie Oglesby, Elliot Murray, Curtis Turner, Ross Goodwin the captain, and then Thomas Poole, Lewis McCaskill and Ife Afebu. The bench is Dylan Yumby, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Manasseh Kayanga and Cody Pryor. Carlton Town is Mike Emery in goal, then John White, Lewis Durrow, Daniel Brown, Dean Freeman, Jared Holmes, Alex Howes, Kyle Sargent, Bradley Wells, Kyle Tomlin and Niall Hilton. Then the bench is Tyler Blake, Richard Stainsby, Kyle Dixon, Lawrence Stewart and Ryan Tate. Ball goes long, headed away though by Oglesby. Afebu just fighting for it as it bounces into the air, higher than they are, before Carlton are able to clear. I think it's come off a Carlton man, that clearance, so, and it's going to be a throw into Stocksbridge. Ian Richards applauds his team for a good start. Nothing hasn't really happened just yet though, as the ball goes down. Goodwin trying to get the better in, but Carlton have boosted up one. It's going to just about stay in as well. Murray's touch not the best, but he has actually held it well before just clearing it down the line. Only down to Hilton though, who takes a good touch. Going to slip it down the left here. And then it's going to be cut away. I can see there's a name I cannot pronounce going Stocksbridge, and I do agree. And big arm emoji, so I agree with that. So it's just out for a throw-in. Stocksbridge throwing though, about 10 yards inside half. And it's Bailey Baker throws it down the line. Goodwin tries to hit it in the bulk, but it's being won there by Hills and goes out for a throw-in to Stocksbridge now inside the Carlton half. So Stocksbridge are building, trying to get it down the line. Headed on by Goodwin. That Poole tries to head on again. If you're fair, we're going to try and chase it down the right-hand side, but being won well there by Durrow, and they've cleared it out. Oglesby's just going to track this one as it goes behind him and pass it back to Townsend, who I think he's telling Lemon where to go, so I think that might end up going to him. Instead he takes a short pass to Oglesby actually, then Oglesby gets it through to Turner. It's opened up a bit this after some of that passing, but then Turner just gets tackled after being slow on the ball, and it's going to be clipped on long, and then it's going to be Tomlin here who tries to get through, but it's cleared out, and it's gone to Langton, who short passes. Let Sargent get the ball in. Sargent's got the better of Baker there. Baker has managed to recover quite well. Well, gets it through here to Howes before it's clear out. Hilton, that's actually not Sargent. And going to be headed back in there. Langton's headed not the greatest. Murray gets it a proper head away, and he actually gets fouled as he does it. It's going to be thrown. So a bit of some sloppy passing there from Stocksbridge, allowing opportunities to Carlton there. So Lemon just charging down left wing. He's looking to the run of McCaskill there, but it's a poor pass that goes out for a throw-in, and I think Lemon looks at, you can see from Jordan Lemon's reaction, he looks cross of himself for that reaction. As I know, the attendance here is 134. Well, thank you for everyone who has come to the game today, and thank you to all of you who are listening as well. White is throwing the ball down, and Wells is trying to knock it down, looking for Tomlin, but instead it's actually going to go out for a Stocksbridge throw-in here. Lemon here will kind of just drive the ball off it. The rain wasn't going off during the half-time, but also, you see, referee just stopping the game. He just give a bit of a telling off to Alex Howes. Not sure what he was. And here comes Lemon's long throw down. Howes heads it off the back of turn. It's going to go out to play. Appeals for throwing on either side. And it's going to be given Stocksbridge's way. I think that's completely wrong there. I think we got a bit lucky on that one. 11's going to get another chance to throw it down the way. Bristol Mayor leading 1-0 in a local fixture against Glassoughton Welfare. Keegan Town Road playing for Roston in that game. Lemon's going to throw it down, but it's just going over to Goodin's head. It's cleared out to Langton, who tries to get it away from Tomlin. He can't do that, though, as Tomlin has got it. He's going to try and set Wells through on the ball. Wells may get to it first. Townsend had come out quite a bit, looking like he might try and get it, but he said does it. But Murray's able to catch it well and knock out for a throw-in. So it's it's going to be a long throw here from Duro. The players have pegged that into the box, and here comes the long throw in. Headed on, Murray gets a knee onto it before it's cleared away by Baker. Only back to Holmes, though, who's pressed forward. Holmes is trying to spread it through the right wing here. It's not fully there, but still with Carlton, with House centrally taking a shot, but it's right at Townsend, and you can't blame him for having a go from there, because it's, well, it was just, might as well, with the game going as it is for both sides. Baker sending one long, Turner chasing down. Turner, I think, thought he got fouled there, but referee's going to allow the game to continue with Carlton there. Howes is carrying it away. Goodman coming with a tackle, but it has bounced favourably as for Carlton, as it's just back with them now in their central midfield. They're just going to looking for the run of John White on the right, but well cut out there by a defending Lewis McCaskill, who's going to clear out looking for Fabu to get onto it. And the ball bounces comes to Poole here, and Poole's going to look for a Faber with a pass. It's a good looking pass. Faber was trying to run down the right. He's got two men around. He's got no one there. Tries to take shot, blocked off. Faber's gone down to ground there, and it's going to, I think they're going to give a free kick as well for, I think, him probably trying to stay down on the ground to Faber. Wasn't a foul for us, or a penalty of any chance. Brighton are now leading 2-0 against Liverpool in a shot result there. And Gula leading 2-0 against Answorth. So Emery will take this long ball forward. Be headed away by Oglesby, and the Faber tries to head on, and Langton was not reaching for it, but it's back with Carlton now. Carlton trying to turn attack, but a poor pass from them allows Stocks to get back and Murray to clear. Poole's going to try and chase it down here. I think he stayed onside. He has. Turns out, but it's a good tackle there, and it's out for a throw-in to Stocksbridge. This is not really changed from the first half as of yet, this game. Still 0-0 with 50 minutes gone. Down the right, Poole here trying to just get some space here, but we've got to give credit to Carlton. They put so many men in the box, it'd be impossible to find someone, and you can see that just that half-assed attempt at a cross that Carlton were able to do, and Wells is just pressing for it here. They got it back here, and Wells has just got it off Murray here. Wells is just cutting inside, just needs to lay it off here. There's great passing here. Wells will take the shot. It's a great challenge there from Mitch Langton. It bounces out for a corner. Some lovely pass between Wells and Tomlin, but in the end, it's a slide check from Mitch Langton that saves the day for Stockbridge and stops Carlton from taking the lead, with Bradley Wells, the man who scored against Stockbridge many a time before. Corner for Carlton here. So another one to defend here for Stocksbridge. Carlton, big physical side, there'll always be a threat from set pieces like this. Here comes the corner, it's headed on over the bar, but a free kick was given for some pushing in the box anyway. Right, Stocksbridge will get the ball back. Townsend just gets the ball back now, so yeah, very so little stock back in the second half, just as there was in the first so far. Here comes Townsend, who's sending it long, looking for a Faber, which bounces past Faber. Poole, though, isn't going to try and latch onto it, so Brown's able to clear it. They'll get to Howes here. Howes is going to send it long, looking for Tomlin on this right wing. He's getting a bit of a shove from Oglesby, but he's going to get a cross in anyway. It's a deadly looking cross, but no one's there to get it. Carlton definitely looking the better of the sides coming out into this second half so far. Baker's carrying the ball away now. Baker's going to try and send it long, but it's being well cut out by Brown there. And Brown's pass is really poor and goes out for a throw-in. Going to see Jersey Bulls are winning 6-0 at the moment. And that's in a Southern Premier League, I believe that is. It's just with Royals now trying to pass it back. So Carlton trying to break through the defence, and Goodwin's almost got him well, but still with Carlton, and Wells going to slip it through, but no one's there. It's going to go back to Townsend. He's just got a goal back. We'll tell you about the score when we have details of that. Townsend is going to send it long here. He's looking for a Fabu, who's going to try to only headed back there to Goodwin, who loses the ball, but still actually knocks it on there. But it's just going to go out to play for a Carlton throw-in. Oh dear. Well, I suppose I could be at Wentworth Garden Centre or somewhere like that instead of here. Just looking, I can see that Ian Richards has sent the attacking options, Luke Rawson, Manasseh Kayanga and Dylan Yumby out to warm up. It may be the secret to unlocking this game and to generating something that can be remembered by it is there on the bench. Going to immediately head away like that, throwing away, but Langton knocks it. It's just often, I don't think I've seen 2 or 3 passes really connect like cleanly in this game yet. As Townsend's on ball goes right back to Carlton, and this is part of the problem, is that both teams just very wasteful in possession, but it's a good ball there from House over to John White, who is going to try and force backwards. McCaskill fighting from in a defensive battle for once, and McCaskill seems to have won out on it, and now McCaskill's going to just clear it away, but that clearance is going to go back to Carlton, though their pass has gone to Langton, and then the clearance blocks off a few appeals for a handball, nothing given. It goes back to Lemon, who passes it back to Townsend, who is going to just send that one away. Poole's going to look to collect it, and Poole's collect it really well, and Poole's going to try to look for McCaskill, but it's immediately blocked off there, and it's back with Carlton. And Poole's fighting for the ball still, and it's going to be not long and go back to Townsend. It's Adam Baskerville who scored for Sheffield FC and got one back from there. Still losing, though. It's 3-1 to Lincoln United in that match. Long ball forward. Headed away. Back here, though, with Baker, who screams in annoyance at his poor ball forward as it goes out for a throw-in to Carlton. We're about 54 minutes into this game at the moment. And it's 0-0 with very, very little to tell you about. Just in the midfield there, and it's going to be bouncing ball, and I think John White just about gets the better of it. He tries to slip it forward, and it's Hilton who tries to get the next ball, and it's a lot of appeal free kicks for Carlton, but I think they still keep the ball. So, and it's Hilton having a good run at defence, but then eventually is tackled there by Lem, and it goes to the left, to the right wing, and it eventually goes out for a Carlton throw-in. So it's just on the right here, Carlton. I think Lewis Duro has been sent over to try and do a long throw. I think it's one of those games where you just think, let's see what we can do to get the ball in the box and see if anything actually happens. Because right now, nothing has been happening in this game. I'm genuinely surprised you guys are still listening. There are better things to listen to. There's some really good podcasts out at the moment. I've been listening to some very good ones. Throwing going into the box, it's just gone right out for a goal kick. That, if anything, sums up this game so far. It's a throw-in that goes over everyone's head and out for a goal kick. Just a nothing game where nothing is happening. Back with Townsend now to take this goal kick. Saying I have probably said about 60 times today already. Send it long, Goodwin going to look to win the header. He comes off his back. Carlton at the better as they knock it forward, but only for Oglesby to send it long. But that's been read well by Duro, who's going to charge forward. He's clipping the ball in, but Oglesby heads it away, and then Baker knocks it on, but only back into that left-hand side of Carlton. Currently with Holmes, knocks it forward, and Goodwin's going to try and slip through. Good slide challenge from Carlton, and currently with Baker. He's going to pass it back to Townsend, but it's very caught, very short. Townsend's got to be alive to get to that before a Carlton player can. He's booted it out. Fable's trying to knock it away, and then Hope, but it's Carlton winning out. Holmes sent it long. It's going to be one that Wells going to chase. Going to try and beat Townsend. Townsend, though, comes out well and heads it away close to the edge of his box with Wells hovering. Also, I've had another player sent off. Harry Coates there. They're getting a bit ponty in a way. Doro's going to do another long throw here to see if that's what can cause the first goal of this game. see Rawson's taking his coat off. That looks like it might be Ian's first trick to try and create something in this game. That first point was kind of aimed. Townsend's had to claw that one away, and it's going to go out for a corner kick to Carlton. Yeah, Rawson getting the Stocksbridge shirt on. He will be the first sub of the game. And a very early one. Ian normally takes subs a bit later on, but I think he's seen enough and wants to change to this, probably because he's as bored as we are. Corner going to the far end, headed towards goal. It's almost on the edge, still in the 6-yard box before Stocksbridge able to clear, and that's a bit of excitement. There's a bit of a melee in the box, but Stocksbridge are able to clear it. Still with Carlton though they missed a few headers to do so. They managed to get through, appeals for a handball, and it's given from Langton there. It's a free kick about 35 yards out for Carlton. And Stocksbridge are just not offering anything in this game right now. So it's an opportunity for Carlton from this free kick. Maybe a bit far for shooting range, but we'll see. I've not seen. I think it's Cal Tomlin standing over it. I've not seen his range before, so maybe he will go for it. Looks like he is going for it, but he's been blocked on the edge of the area. It's back with Tomlin now. Takes the pass here to Howes. Howes is opening his body. Tries to chip it in, and it's just a bit of head tennis. Stocksbridge aren't able to clear it away though. Oh, Howes is trying to knock it away. Howes is currently taking the shot. It's fizzed over by Alex Howes. Better from Carlton, who are doing quite well at the moment. They'll feel a bit aggrieved that they weren't able to get the goal from that scramble inside the box. And Townsend will go and take what must be his 100th goal kick of the game. But I think we may have a bit of time because it looks like Stockbridge will make their first sub before that happens. Send it long here. Goodwin misses that. The head is going to try and Carlton win the ball back here through Holmes, and Holmes is going to send it long, but it's going to be covered here. But Lemon's covering it. Goes out of the box. I think Townsend would have liked to have had it. Lemon's going to have to carry away under some pressure here. Not really being helped out by his defence, and Carlton have earned a throw because of that. That substitute hasn't come on just yet, by the way, of Luke Rawson. Luke Rawson's actually got his red jacket on again, so maybe Ian's changed his mind of what he wants to see after this. And Goodwin's going to go for the next header. But again, Carlton just win it out. They're winning every single header at the moment. As it's Hilton straight out to the left. It's going to be a long-range shot that just eventually goes quite well wide. Looked like for a while it might have found its way, but not in the end. I think the Carlton staff members have genuinely gone for a coffee while this game's been going on. I can just see them heading to their bench now. Might be one of their substitutes or one of the bench. I cannot blame them for that if that's the case, because it is a cold day and the game's not warming anyone up at the moment. Back Townsend now. Your Stockbridge just not got Faber or McCaskill into this at all at the moment. As I say, the ball is going along, and Goodwin's going to try and win it, but it's won by Carlton. Every header by Carlton, they are winning at the moment. As Turner does get somewhat touch, Poole trying to escape. Turner's going to send it long, and McCaskill going to chase onto it. McCaskill will get it. McCaskill on the left-hand side. First touch sends him a bit further wide, but he's just holding it up now, trying to cut it in, and he's going to put the cross in, and it's not the greatest one. He's going to touch. Poole's going to look to lash it in. Poole takes a shot, and it's in the back of the net. Thomas Poole has scored. It's a bouncing ball that he doesn't get the cleanest strike onto, but eventually it does bounce in, and the Steels are leading 1-0. And is that what's going to make this game just that bit more interesting? Thomas Poole there.
Stocksbridge, number 9, Thomas Poole.
With his 11th goal of the season. Has given some lead in what Carlton had been the better side for the last few moments, but it only takes one opportunity. And now the Steels are leading. 1-0 Stocksbridge. Well, Carlton will look to fight to get back in that call, coming here on the 60th minute mark. Down the line from Carlton. Carlton are moving a lot quicker, but Stocksbridge trying to take advantage of this. Poole has it back to goal on the halfway line, back to Lemon, who's going to clip it long, looking for McCaskill, who tries to head it behind him. He's going to go for a throw in, and I think Carlton definitely going to try and speed things up for the last half hour of this match as they'll look to get back into this. Throwing it in. I think Rawson has now got his coat back on, and that substitution has definitely been cancelled at this point. Right. McCaskill just fighting the ball as he got thrown down the line. Hayes goes down, now Wells is trying to carry the ball back down to Hilton, who's clipped it across, and Goodwin's trying to be the first one to onto the ball to clear it away, and he is. Clears away, slips as he does it, and he actually stayed in as a Faber who's going to try and turn this into attack, and with some space he'll want to get up to full speed. He's going to take the pass off to Turner though. Turner evades a tackle well. Turner's going to get it back to Afebu. Back now to Turner. Turner's going to get it, and he's been tripped there, and Stocksbridge have a free kick, and finally Stocksbridge seem to be alive and awake after scoring that opening goal of the game. Carlton have taken a 2-goal lead against Barnsley. Jesseran Raksaki has scored there. So it's going to be another. This is another great opportunity because Thomas Bull's obviously free kick deliveries tend to be very, very good, and he has options like Charlie Oglesby, who scored against Maltby eventually. He's had a few chances in the last few games, so he'll be glad to get on it. That was his third goal, Oglesby. He's a target there. So it's Goodwin as well, who's trying to push off his man there and get away from him. A lot of movement from Goodwin there in the box. Ball going in. It's a very quick one. Over the far post, just missed there by Iffy. It's Elliot Murray actually, who's just missed it there at the far post. So close to touching down. It's such a quick ball there from Thomas Poole that I think one touch onto it and it may have reached the back of the net, but Murray just misses it. He scored the last time, much like Thomas Poole. The last time we faced Carlton, and he was very close to getting it there. Back now with Emery. Well, that shock result at Worksop is back on the cards. Bridlington Town are leading Worksop at Sandy Lane 2-1 thanks to Ali Aldemir. As Hilton there doing quite well on left wing, facing up with Baker. Hilton trying to get past Baker now. He's been helped by Goodwin, but Hilton, not the ball back, but he goes down to the ground at the same time, and Stocksbridge have made just to hold it off for a goal kick there. So yes, finally, this game is alive and got some excitement in it. How wonderful is that? I'm not going to give it a 1 out of 5 in the non-league paper report tomorrow. Townsend's going to just send it long. Poole tries to head it on, and he doesn't see where the ball's gone, and that allowed Holmes to get onto it. Spread it out to the left-hand side for Duro, who's just going to carry on with it here. Duro counts centrally here to Sargent. Sargent's going to knock it over the line, but it's to no one in particular, and he's going to go out for a goal kick. Does continue what has been a fantastic run of just scoring for Stocksbridge, even in games when we've not got the best results this season. Last time Stocksbridge didn't score in a game was on the 4th of October against Ashington. That was the replay where we lost 3-0. The last time in a league was a few days before that, 27th September, away at Ossett United. Since then, Stocksbridge have scored in every game at least once. And that's part of the reason why Stocksbridge have done so well. They just solid defence, and they always seem to find a way to get on the score sheet at least one. Ball goes long, but Carlton win it back. Wells going to fight with it with Murray. Murray gets the first header onto it, and eventually goes to Baker to clear it. Only back though to Freeman, who heads it away. Freeman, I think, went down with quite a bit of pain, a bit of a scream there as he did it, but the Stocksbridge fans, as you may be able to hear, don't really think he was being serious there. It does look like Luke Rawson will now eventually be coming on. So Rawson here is coming on, and it looks like it's going to be Iffy Afebu coming off, and Iffy Afebu, I can't say, has offered too much in this game, so not the most surprising substitution in the world.
Substitution replaced number 11, Iffy Afebu, is 15, Luke Rawson.
Not even our own announcer can't get his name right. God, incredible game. Farnsley are beating Mass United 7-1. Incredible result having Marcy was so strong in this league last year. Shows you how tough it is up there. Though we have beaten a couple of teams up there, so who knows? What would happen if we got there, of course? Obviously, headed on there to Poole's going to just control it. He's going to send it down the line. Rawson's going to try and chase it down the line, but I think that's going to be too far. It's going to go out for a throw in to Carlton here. So It is 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels here, thanks to a goal from Thomas Poole. We are 67 minutes into this match, as Stocksbridge look to hold on to this lead and claim another vital 3 points. That throw has just gone down line immediately out for another throw in Stocksbridge's way. Favour was getting some applause from the fans as he makes his way around the pitch back to the bench. Someone's even gone over, someone's been nice and gone over and taken him a coat, which I think he'll need in this chilly Stocksbridge evening. McCaskill's here looking to try and get the turn on his man. If he can't, but he's going to pass it on for Turner, and it's opened up a bit on the left-hand side. Turner's going to carry it towards the left, cuts inside Turner. He's looking for the shot. He spins away from one challenge, tries to get it back with Lemons. I think he's gone a bit too far from Lemons. Come back though to collect it. Back to Langton. Langton's going to take it past his man really well. Langton's continuing, pass it, tries to get through to Rawson. It continues with Langton, the block back to him, but it's a key tackle from Carlton, and they've cleared it away. Now they're going to turn it to attack because Wells is down left wing, and he's going to try and keep it in, and he tried to get it through Murray's legs. He did, but Wells slipped as he did it, and Murray's able to cover it, and he's put it out now to Baker on the right-hand side. Baker's going to send it down the line. Rawson's going to try and challenge it, and it's going to be a bit of a tussle with it. Rawson's going to now set through Poole. Poole's got a chance to make it 2. Saved by the feet. Rawson looking to the first. Takes a touch, takes a shot, well over. And you do wonder, should Rawson have taken the shot the first time round when the defence were on their heels? Just took the touch, and then he just, you'd hope he'd get it on target after taking the touch. It was great movement there, but Rawson just could not keep that on target, and unfortunately not able to double the lead there.
Thank you very much for your support today.
Great, but some great physicality for Rawson, which he has offered quite a lot more of since coming back from injury. Okay. Besides what shields the ball away from the defender and allows this opportunity to be created, but it was good. It was also just a good save from Mike Emery there as well. Ball going long, but Baker wins it. Just goes sideways at Edit. Turner though gathers it, and Turner's going to roar out of a challenge really well. And it's a lovely pass looking for McCaskill. McCaskill there touches it, and he's just trying to get past John White there. First time he can't. He's going to go down the byline route here, but John White goes into a big challenge there. Didn't think White got much of the ball there, but he's going to come away with it anyway. And now Carlton going to build and try and get their own attack going. They're looking for the run there of Tomlin. Lemon's covering. Lemon's going to get it, and Lemon's going to turn out really well as well. He's going to send it long as well. Looking for Rawson, who's going to head it on to McCaskill. McCaskill's then trying to look for the overlap run of Rawson. I don't think Rawson thought that was the idea that was going to happen though, and it's been intercepted, and now he's back with Mike Emery in the Carlton goal, and he's going to send it long here. Headed on, and it's going to be covered, and Lemon's just watching it as it goes back to Townsend, who's just going to pick this one up. So just going to take its time here as he sends this one long, and going to be headed on with Poole. Switch to the right wing with Rawson in centre forward, just to let you know a slight change in how Stockbridge are operating since Rawson's come on. Rawson over in the centre forward role, Poole back on right wing after being centre forward earlier in the game. And just give Hilton now, who's going to pass it back here to Duro, and Duro's going to continue, and he's a bit of a marauding run. He slips it to Hilton, but first tackle from Baker pushes it back. Hilton does get the ball back, and he's actually took on Baker there. He's going to carry on there, but he tries a bit too much, and it goes back to Langton. He gets it to Turner, and Turner's going to carry on. He tries to get past his man, but well blocked off by Carlton, who win the ball back well. Duro's going to send one long, Wells heads it up into the egg. Second header gets it away though. It gets it to Poole here, and Poole's going to try and slip it through to Rawson, but that pass is just intercepted. Just neither team getting their passes right at the moment, but it's just opened up a bit for Howes, who's slipped it to Wells on the left back. Stockbridge just need to get back and defend this one. There didn't seem to be too much urgency about the tap, though. Carlton have earned a throw in on the left-hand side. They've taken it quickly rather than going for the long throw, and actually Thomas Poole there has just gone down without any contact on that right-hand side. It's continuing, and I think it's fair enough for the game to continue as Carlton just have a shot blocked off in the box, and Stockbridge are able to clear. Poole still down. He's just trying to get back to his feet. I think Stockbridge, when they get the ball back, ought to kick this one out, but Poole is actually now back on, and there's a big sliding challenge. It's a fair one on Langton, and now Langton's staying down, and there's a trip there on Tomlin, which earns the free kick for Carlton, and there's one in a good opportunity. There's two Stocksbridge players down. Poole struggling, and Langton still down. So it might be a while before this free kick actually happens, and Sam Ewins might be about to be busy. But actually, no, Langton's back up. Sam has to return to the bench. Sam's thinking he's going to be very, very busy. Instead, he's doing nothing. Fantastic physio, Sam Ewins there. To tell you about another goal in the Northern Premier League East, Long Eaton are 2-0 up on Cleethorpes. Jamie Walker has scored his second from the spot, and with some more to Adam Nicholson has been sent off at Stockton. They're losing at Hebburn, while Sheffield FC have got another back against Lincoln. They're losing 3-2 now. Reece Field in the form of Steele scoring there. And there'll be another goal to tell you about just after this, but we'll see if Alex Howes can, what he can do, and hopefully Stocksbridge will be able to just hold on for this now, but they are playing a substitute Carlton as well. We may get cancelled if Howes can float this one into a top corner. We conceded from a free kick on Wednesday. Here comes Howes. He sent it low and blocked by the wall, who knew that was going to be low. Back with Howes though now. Goodwin closing him down. Howes is going to try and clip it and it's deflected, and it's actually worked out for Carlton there. It's on the right hand side as Carlton looking for some good give and go. Appeals for offside, not given, but the eventual finish there from Dean Freeman is a typical defender's finish, because it was in a fantastic position, but it's gone well over. Carlton are making their substitution. Alex Howes, the man who sent that free kick in, is being taken off, and Tyler Blake is the man who is coming on. It's right, I thought Howes has been quite a live player, though I've not seen him as much in the second half. But Tyler Blake will be the man there, hoping we can get them back into this one. We'll see if we make some substitutions with Thomas Poole. Currently, obviously carrying a bit of a knock, and so is Mitch Langton. A bit of a worry for Tuesday night against Lincoln United as well. By the way, if you are just on our YouTube channel here now and you aren't subscribed to us, please do subscribe. It really does help us and be a fantastic. You know, you get to see all our latest videos, latest highlights. Won't be highlights today. Unfortunately, our camera crew ill today, so we won't see highlights in this game. But you see all our interviews and a ton of other video content that we do try to create. We're trying to create some more at the moment as well. So, currently with Carlton, with Holmes, who's not been challenged, though Turner's following all the way. They spread it out here to Freeman, here, who's clipped it forward. It's a good pass there to White, but he can't control it, and it goes out for a Stocksbridge throw-in. So we're currently in the 73rd minute in this game. As I see, Dylan Yumby is ready to come on here. We'll see when he might make his entrance into this game. He made his first start in the weekend's Morton Main, and he impressed quite a few. Got a lot of praise from Alan Biggs during the week. And Carlton were just about to take a quick throw in there, but they're going to be stopped because it's going to be and it's Thomas Poole who's got that knock. He's heading off, and it's Dylan Yumby coming on for him. And not a shock considering the knock he is got. Thomas Poole there getting applauded from the fans after getting the opening and so far only goal in this game, a slightly mishit strike, but was enough on it to get past Mike Emery and give Stocksbridge the lead. Currently with White here, who has the throw in, and he's going to throw it down the line. Stocksbridge will be looking to win the header. Just bounced there favourably for Carlton, but Stocksbridge to go with it. It's a poor touch there from Oglesby, which allows it to go out for another throw in here, very close to the edge of the area. Carlton getting cheered on by their fans as they look to try and get back into this one, and Lewis Duro's headed over there to go take the long throw. Throws it back to White here, and he's through. It's not cleared by Stocksbridge. Second chance, it's blocked. It's still in there. Rawson's carrying the ball away, sending it long there. It's going to be out for another throw into Carlton there, and it's another time Stocksbridge had a bit of a panic in defence, but have managed to breathe the sigh of relief. Back here for Duro. He's going to take the long throw for quite a distance actually. He's going to get into the box, but not very far. It's going to be headed away by Stocksbridge. Clipped back in there by White, and going to have to be headed out for a corner, though I think there's appeals for the goal kick, but it's going to be the corner. I think there's some shouts at the linesman as well, thinking it might have been claimed for offside, but not giving in. Carlton have a corner, some pressure here from the away side as they look to fight back into this game. See, Simon Fox is in Heathrow now, just coming back from their travels. So you see that Niall Hilton is going over to take this, and they have looked dangerous from some of these corners at times, Carlton, so it's going to be one that Stocksbridge will have to be alert to defend. Here comes another floating ball, and it's just over there. I think it's claiming that Townsend got a touch onto that as it went over it. The referee does not believe that, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. So I think there was some goals to tell you about. Yes, Consett have not only gone 2-1 ahead, they've gone 3-1 up. Joshua Baggs and Calvin Smith have scored to put Consett 3-1 up on Pontefract College, and the goal just coming in. Dunstan have doubled their lead against 9-man Ossett United. Carl Finnegan has scored that one. It's his second goal of the game. So Townsend is here now and with the goal kick. Something we have said quite often is Carlton, I think, are going to make another substitution. I've just seen the manager beckon one of their warming up substitutes to come over, so I'll suspect that he'll be heading on as Hilton is going to try and get down the line, but it's been well tackled there, and he's trying to send it down the line looking for Yumby, but being blocked off. Not seeing Yumby yet in this game as there's just a slight drizzle in the air. There's another one that Yumby's going to try and chase, but again blocked off before it can get to him, and now it's gone into midfield for Carlton, who've got plenty of space. They're going to try and spread out looking for Tyler Blake, and Blake takes a touch backwards, but he gets it back to White. White cutting inside, he's going to slip the pass through and to Hilton, who's been absolutely everywhere in this game, but he bounced off in Oaks, he able to clear, but only back to John White. But then he's been robbed by Curtis Turner. Turner trying to carry the ball away, and Turner's going to look to get to McCaskill. Turner gets a push over for his thing, but McCaskill gets well tackled there by Freeman, and it's going to be a throw in here for Stocksbridge. Wow, Sheffield FC maybe have to come back from 3-0 behind because they've got a penalty while being currently 3-2. So, currently the 78th minute in this game, and it's still 1-0 to Stocksbridge as Lemon throws it down the line, and it's going to be headed back by Carlton. It's going to be cleared away, but Langton's blocked the clearance, but only for Blake to get a proper clearance away. But clearance is not going anywhere. It's going to go out to Townsend. Carlton pushing back up though with that clearance. Lewis Castle needs to get back on side as well, noticeably. He carried his arm in a weird way, actually, as Townsend just actually took that into his own box there and picked it up. Sheffield FC have just equalised from the spot. 3-3 after being 3-0 down. That rain is coming down a fair bit now, this drizzle. You can see it just in our floodlights as Rawson turns well. Rawson, I think, was just wanted to pull the trigger, put in the pass through, but he can't. Gets it back to Baker, who's going to send it long for Yumby to try and... It's actually Turner there trying to chase it, but it's going to be cleared out for a throw, and that's some good play there for Stockbridge. And here comes Carlton's throw. Substitution. No, the ref hasn't noticed it just yet. Oh, he has now.
Substitution.
So it's Ryan Tate coming on for Kyle Sargent.
Ryan Tate.
So it's going to be throwing against Stocksbridge. Double lead and ease the nerves going into as we get to the last 10 minutes of it. Here comes the throw. It's going to be take shot lucky for Yumby, but it's gone right there. And Yumby's actually won the ball well. Yumby evades one tackle. He just needs to put the ball back in. He takes a shot. Saved onto the post. Carlton head it away for a corner. Yumby, liveless there, causes some problems. And he has to save it onto the post there, Mike Emery. Corner kick here as we just see the routines getting up here. Noticeably, actually Carlton have left 3 men up front with 1 man there, but now they are with 2 Stockbridge defenders actually. Elliot Murray's actually heading back there to help defend. Elliot Murray is a typical one of the targets, but then Carlton actually pressing quite a few men out because they've taken a 4th man out of the box, and there's even a 5th person who stepped out as well, so it's a fairly unoccupied box now. Corner's going to be low, but headed away, and it's going to simply and dealt with, but being blocked there by McCaskill. McCaskill trying to play the ball back in, but he is controlled there. Yumby's looking to turn here. Yumby trying to get down, he's not got the space to shoot. He's going to get down the left-hand side though, Yumby. Trying to get there, going to put the ball back in, but it's over and going to be out for a goal kick there. Well, good work by Yumby though. For the goal kick. So that range is coming in now. I think the pitch will handle it for another 10 minutes though. Long Eaton have gone 3-0 up on Cleethorpes there. Tom Curzon scoring there. Long Eaton are doing very well, but Cleethorpes are capable of some bad results from time to time. Long ball forward here. Going to bounce through everyone. It could bounce through right through to Wells. The direct ball worked really well there. He's cut inside to the box there, but there's just been enough from Stocksbridge to get it out, and I think it might even be a goal kick. It is. So just some pressure there. I think Mitch Langton there back on the defensive efforts has forced Wells to basically run the ball out of play when there may have been an opportunity from that very direct ball up the pitch. You can hear some crosswords from some of the Carlton players after that one. Back here with Townsend. Townsend is going to send it long. Goodwin's going to try and win the head. It bounced over to Rawson though, and it's going to be Carlton do get the ball back. They flicked it over. Blake gets the first touch. Is a good one. Could be a chance for Wells here, but Murray heads it away, and then he's going to take the touch to stop it being a corner. It's not the greatest touch, and it almost lets Carlton back in, but Carlton comes in to tackle. It's going to be Stocksbridge's throwing, and that's some great defending there from Elliot Murray, stopping Wells having a point-blank chance. Carlton's still in this game, definitely. Should be the 82nd minute now of this game, and it is 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels as the Steels try and hold on after that Thomas Poole effort put them ahead in the second half. Throwing going long and be into the chest, going to be not long, and you try to get it to Yumby, but blocked out. Another throw into Stocksbridge, so anything like that the Steels will be happy with as it ticks the clock off a bit longer. Down the line, Baker going to throw it down the line again, headed away though by Carlton. Langton's trying to head it back on, but I think Carlton's going to do the rest of it. They slipped the ball along there. Tyler Blake might be the first onto it. Townsend's there, and it's gone past there, but it's on narrow. He tries to keep it in, but it goes out for a goal kick, and Townsend, who likes rushing out, almost gets caught out there, and now it's... But in the end, there was just a bit too much to do. Quite similar to how Lewis McCaskill got fouled against Brighouse, that one, if you remember that. And now it's back for Townsend to take this goal kick. Here comes his long ball forward. He might just go straight out here, but actually Rawson's going to try and keep it in. He does. Just goes, bounces, and Goodwin chips the ball a bit. Goes to Rawson though. Pass it back to Manu. Knocks it forward. No one really... I think it's got caught in the air there as it's gone back here to Duro. He's going to send it long, but that's going to be too long for anyone. Townsend's going to allow that to bounce out. It's going to be a goal kick. And if I know Ben Townsend, that goal kick is not going to be at the nearest one. It's going to be at the opposite side of his goal at this point. So it's going to he's going to take his time, Townsend. He's in a jog. He's not walking there, in fairness to him. And yes, just to confirm, he is taking the opposite corner of his 6-yard box to take the goal kick. There's a man who knows how to win a game and tick seconds off that clock. Sending it long here. Goodwin's going to try and step it up to try and win that header, but it is won by Holmes, who knocks it forward, and going to be Baker who heads it away, and back here for Duro, who's not done, but well took by Baker, and that's going out for a throw into Carlton. Carlton now having all the ball, not had much of the cutting edge just yet, but we will see what they can do in the last moments of this match. Throwing goes in, and it's going to just bounce off on the Carlton players. Stocksbridge win it back, and well out, they're trying to send it down the line, but only get it back to Carlton there. But Wilmby wins it back, sends it to Rawson, who's going to keep it in, and he's got the beater in his defender there. Rawson down the right wing. It's if he can get it to McCaskill in the centre. Instead, he's going to cut it back to Turner. Turner's got space. He's going to look there for McCaskill. It's not best. McCaskill seeks to cut inside, take the shot. Does. Looks, it's a great save there from Emery. Rawson keeps it in. Rawson tries to tip it back, looking for Yumby. Instead, it finds Turner. Turner in the box, takes a shot, blocked. It goes in. Turner makes it 2-0, and that should be the game. Curtis Turner. It's a great save from Emery the first time round, but Stocksbridge keep it alive, and then it goes back to Curtis Turner, who scores his 5th goal of the season, and that should be all 3 points, staying right here in Brackenham Moor. The playoff push continues for Stocksbridge.
Please make sure you have your season ticket on you as well, as 2 have been handed in. If you are missing your season tickets, then they can be claimed into the room after the game.
That's a fantastic one from Curtis Turner there, who's finished off really well. It looks like we're going to see Manasseh Kianga come on for the last few moments of this game as well. Actually, he's going to come on right now, it seems. And it looks like it's Lewis McCaskill who's going to be headed off.
Substitution replacing number 10, Lewis McCaskill, is 16, Manasseh Kianga.
So, just back in the defence, as Carlton look to see if they can get back into it. We've seen from Sheffield FC, you can get back into it from unlikely scenarios. So it's just back with Townsend, who's going to pick it up here. We are in the 86th minute here. As the ball goes long here, Yumby's just going to try and push it off his man for it. He's been forced backwards there. Youngby cuts it central, but Carlton win it out, and they're going to send it down that way. And Wells is looking to win it, but Murray gets it away. He's actually been tackled there as he gets it away. So Carlton continuing the chant down with Hilton. Hilton's roll, and Hilton's going to charge there. So Turner who wins it back really well, and now it goes back to the defence, who's going to clear it out. Rawson's going to look to turn. He's going to look to set Youngby free here, and he may well have done it on the right hand side. But it's a great sliding challenge there that stops Youngby from getting free, and it's going to be a throw in an attacking position for Stocksbridge Park Steels. So, on this right-hand side here. Not been the most thrilling game, even with since the Stocksbridge goal has livened up a bit at least. But in the end, Stocksbridge look like they are going to be taking the 3 points from this one. We are looking at the added time is going to be put on in a second. You can see Samuel's messing with the board. It is just going to be 3 minutes added on for this one, as Youngby's fighting for the ball in attack, but he has been robbed of it now. Carlton just looking to manage it out, but they can't, and they try to knock it off Youngby, and they can't do that either, and they're just trying to carry the ball away. Thought they might have got into foul there, but they have got it away, but only back to the right to Baker. Gets back to Turner. Turner takes it. He's got some space, but it's not the greatest touch. That allows some pressure from Hilton there. Blake, and he goes back to Lemon. Lemon's press forward. He's going to try and take it down the line. Lemon carrying down. He's going to get to the byline, but I think he may have just overdone that. And he has. He tried to spin his way out of that trouble there, and he goes out for a goal kick. One of those that would be really angry to him if we had not already been 2-0 up. So I'm yelling at Jordan Lemon to get back into his position with Emery preparing to take this. So 3 minutes out of time in this one. Worsborough winning 5-0 against Johnfield Town, I think that is. That's a good result for Worsborough. Great effort from their volunteers there to get the game on as well. Because that pitch there at Worsborough can be really, really difficult when it rains like this, just because of how close they are to a riverbed. The ball taking on Wells going to go into it. Townsend's first and boots that one into oblivion. Some poor lad's going to go fetch that now. I can see he is. Good on him. It's going to take him about 5 years to go fetch that. So it's going to be thrown in here by Carlton. It's a Duro trying to get it into the box. He does get it into the box, bounces in the box. Could be an opportunity here, but it's been well read there by Oaksby, who knocks it out. It's going to be a throw next to the corner flag for Carlton. Going to just be able to come forward on flag, and they're going to look to get this big throw in. Dunstan have beat Dorset United 2-0. That's a confirmed result. Thrown in, can be headed out, and it's not gone away there by Stocksbridge. And the second time, it hits the bar there from close range. I think that was Jared Holmes there that's almost caused a bit of a grandstand finish there. Smashes off the bar from close range. Probably should have done better with it, but very, very close to score. No. And it's going to just be on the throw in here. We must surely be getting closer and closer to full time here. The board has gone up. I think I just mean we're getting closer. Throwing in Carlton, trying to keep it in that sort of area, but Stocksbridge got the ball, and actually Turner's cleared it off one of the Carlton players, and it's gone out for the goal kick now. So as time continues to disappear in this match. Long Eaton have beaten Cleethorpes Town 3-0 in their game, so that's another confirmed result there. I'm waiting to see if Bridlington Town have managed to end this titanic run that Worksop have been on, because they're leading 2-1 at the moment. Lincoln United, Sheffield C's finished 3-3. So it's one that header by Tommy, but only got that Baker, who's going to send it long for Rawson to try and chase, and he's just fighting for it because it was Brown who won it, and he's going to continue fighting. It's bounced over to Yumby, and Yumby's going to run into the box. Yumby gets to the byline. He's just been signed challenges, stopped him, and he's just fortunately not able to do much when he's in the corner kick though. And this may be the last action of the game. So it's Curtis Turner going over to take the corner. He took that last corner as well. He is the set piece taker when Thomas Poole is off the pitch. Obviously, it worked against Brighouse last Saturday. Obviously scored that free kick. 2 consecutive league games he's scored now for the Steels. Going to be flipped over there, and it's going to be won by Oglesby, who heads it just wide. And it is the last action. Stocksbridge Park Steels have won 2-0 here. Goals from, sorry, I've just been distracted. Works Up Town have equalised against Bridlington, so that run unbeaten will last anyway. Josh Wild there. Still 2-0 here, so it's 2-0 here. Goals there from Thomas Poole and Curtis Turner. Not a thrilling game by any means, but it did liven up as soon as Thomas Poole scored with not the greatest effort. It was not. He didn't hit it with the cleanest effort, but it went into the goal anyway. And then after an initial chance was saved, Curtis Turner was able to find the bottom corner to seal a win for the Steels. So it's Stocksbridge Park Steels 2, Carlton Town 0. Thank you. I've been Adam Allcroft. Thank you very much for listening today, and I will look forward to seeing you on Tuesday night for the away game against Lincoln United. Thank you very much, and good night.